guys, long time no see. It's Kay Young, and if this is your first time on my channel, hi, I'm a psychiatry resident in Canada, and I share my daily life both in and outside of medicine. I know it's been a while, but I wanted to take this opportunity to make a video and share what my life looks like right now. I'm currently on my family medicine rotation, and lately I've been trying to manage work-life balance because some days can be quite heavy. If I have a full day, I get exhausted and lose the motivation to do anything else. But on this day, I finished early, and instead of heading straight home, I decided to explore the area a little. There were some stores I've been meaning to check out. One of them is a bulk food and zero waste store that I walked past so many times, but this was my first time actually going in. They had a variety of nuts, grains, pasta, and household essentials like shampoo and laundry detergent. I didn't bring a container, but I picked up one of their hand sanitizers since I needed one. The great thing is I can refill it if I bring the bottle back.
Almost the other side of the island, so we order like a bunch and then they ship.
Across the street, there was a stationery store I'd been following on Instagram. When I realized it was so close to the clinic, I told myself I would go check it out. From the stationery store, I picked up some Japanese incense, which I absolutely love. I'm usually more of an essential oil diffuser kind of person, but I was drawn to the scent and the beautiful packaging. Is it just me, or do Japanese products always feel so intentional and high quality? I decided to try one of their scents, and even though it smelled a little different when I lit it than I expected, it still added a nice ambience to the apartment. Another day at the clinic. I'm wearing my staple Uniqlo cardigan and getting ready to call some patients for telehealth visits. Okay, so my journal was supposed to arrive tomorrow, but I checked the tracking and it's actually here. I'm so excited to check my mailbox. Okay guys, my custom designed journal, something that I spent probably the last 3 months on. The fruit of 3 months of labor is finally here. So this is the first sample that I ordered, and it actually arrived so fast because I placed the order I think early last week. I can't believe I'm holding this in my own hands. You know what? I need this boost of dopamine from my creative work so that the energy and the sense of accomplishment keeps me going. So this is the cover. I changed the design a little bit, and then this is the spine. It's kind of off-centered, which I'll have to fix before I mass produce. There's the logo on the back. There's a flip through. Oh my goodness, this actually is so crazy. I am so happy with how this turned out. I mean, obviously there are things that I want to change. Like these pages, the grayscale is kind of, the resolution is not that great, but otherwise the text is pretty clear. Look at this. This is the list of core values, and it's like one of the first activities that I came up with. The introduction, how to use this journal. I am so happy to be sharing this journey with you guys. Wow. I'm going to my very first Aries class. I'm slightly intimidated because I heard that it's super intense with running on the treadmill and weights. One of my good friends went to Aries class
And her average heart rate was like 180, which is crazy. Wish me luck.
The red room, the loud music, it almost felt like I was in a club but working out. It definitely gave me a dopamine boost, got my heart racing, and I burned around 600 calories, which was amazing. When I got home, my sweet husband had made me dinner, pork belly wrapped enoki mushrooms. It was so good, especially with seaweed and fried eggs. I feel so blessed. After washing my face, brushing my teeth, and showering, I like to wind down with peaceful music and journaling. Tonight I'm using the Essence journal which I made. I was so excited to start using it. The page I've opened is the closeness circle from the connections chapter, which helps reflect on your relationships with the people around you. After the workday, my good friend Shiromi and I went to a spin class. It was my first time trying this studio and I definitely want to go back. It was also Valentine's Day, so when I got home, I wrote my husband a letter. He was going to write one too, and we planned to open them together after dinner. I really love writing and receiving letters, and I've also been loving adding a wax seal to the envelopes. It just makes it feel extra special. I used these star-shaped wax pieces and watching them melt was so mesmerizing. My husband and I had planned to go grocery shopping together for dinner, but when I left the apartment, he surprised me by stepping out of the elevator with a bouquet of flowers. I totally didn't expect it, and it made me so happy.
뭐 했어?
나?
뭐 준비했어?
자기한테 편지 썼어.
For dinner, we decided to make a creamy salmon dish instead of our usual special occasion steak with mashed potatoes. It turned out so good, so creamy and flavorful. For dessert, we had planned to make chocolate-covered strawberries together, so we got both milk and white chocolate. I chopped up some almonds for the topping and double-boiled the chocolate to melt it. But I made the mistake of adding butter to the chocolate and it started clumping together. So our plan didn't quite work out, but we still ate the chocolate and strawberries in a deconstructed way, and it was still really good. We also took this moment to read our letters to each other. This was our 4th Valentine's Day together, and we've written letters every year. We now have a growing collection, and I look forward to adding to it over time. One day, when we're old with gray hair, we'll have a stack of letters to look back on. It's a tradition I really cherish. This is my usual Saturday routine. I used to love sleeping in on weekends, but lately, I've been enjoying waking up early to make the most of my time. I went to a 7:30 a.m. hot yoga class, and since I had a RMT massage appointment booked for 9:20, I had about 40 minutes to spare in between. There is a cozy tea lounge at the yoga studio, so I got myself a peppermint tea, sat down, and journaled for a bit. The room was completely empty since most people had left after the class, giving me a rare moment of peace and quiet. I brought my Essence journal, and today's prompt was, what are your favorite places to spend time and what makes those places special to you? As I reflected, I realized that the yoga studio is one of my favorite places. It always feels grounding and restorative. And of course, my home is another space where I feel most at ease. I've been getting weekly massages and I absolutely love it. It helps me relax so much, and since I tend to carry tension in my shoulders, it really makes a difference in loosening that up. That evening, we hosted a going away party for my good friend Jenny, who's moving to New York. We decorated the space with balloons, got some food, and had such a wonderful time celebrating with her one last time before her big move. The next day, I met up with some of my med school friends for ice skating. I hadn't skated in a year, so I was mostly just focusing on not falling, while my husband, who's really good at it, glided around effortlessly. Later, we went over to a friend's place for a board game night, which was the perfect way to wrap up the weekend. Thanks for watching. I hope you have a great week.